Well, good afternoon, or really good evening, everyone. Sorry, I'm just a couple minutes late. I am super excited to be with you tonight. I've actually just in myself encountered a major manifestation experience and would love to tell you about that. Let's see if we can get on to Facebook here. I'm not seeing where we're in the Feminine Economy, so hopefully we'll show up soon. If you don't know who I am Paula Boland, and I'm a master business and mindset coach. There we are. So tonight, I'm going to talk about on Million Dollar Monday. This is happening every Monday. I've changed the time to 7:00 p.m. And on Mondays, we talk about ideas, manifesting money, all of the stuff that comes together that would allow you to be able to make millions in your business and millions in your life. So, hi, Tanya. So glad you're on with me. Thank you for being here. Thank you, darling. And I'm today going to speak about having more time in your business. Lele has been a whirlwind for many of us, right? I mean, so busy. We're women, most of us that are tuning in, almost all of us that are tuning in are women, and we have the extra stuff on top of our business, which is like family, relationships, taking care of things, and almost all of us are juggling lots of things at once, right? If that resonates with you, you can throw me a heart, right? And so as women, we're trying to manage growing our company as well, and it gets really hairy in there sometimes. I have a really good friend who runs 5 different coffee shops. Her business is exploding, it's growing, it's expanding. And last week she had a person in her family, she needed to take them to a funeral. And it was like, I don't have time to go to a funeral right now. And, so all of that stuff happens to us pretty regularly in our experience. And so in our business, it's really important to not be so overwhelmed and to do whatever we can to get more time. And I'm going to talk about the 3 things that I would love you to start doing. If you're just starting a business, make sure you do this from the beginning. If you're in business already, or you're listening to the replay and you're overwhelmed, and probably most people that are listening to this are feeling overwhelmed or pushed, your business is not going to do well if you are always wigged out, stressed out, overwhelmed, over it, right? You're not going to be making the best decisions. You're not going to be doing things in a good way, and you're going to start hating the business, right? This is the reason that you left your job or your career and started this business, this passion project, this spiritually based piece of stuff that you're putting out in the world to serve, is so that you could enjoy it and other people could enjoy it. And when you get overwhelmed and you get too stressed out, that is not joyful for you, and believe it or not, you're not presenting yourself well. So let's talk about a few things that I know as a coach that I coach people when they're in that situation, women when they're in that situation, particularly women who've been running a business for a while and it's kind of taken on a life of its own. It's really busy and there's a day-to-day thing going on, and then all of a sudden you find yourself just really, really crazy, not crazy, but like things going crazy. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is delegate. And that's the first solution that'll bring you more time. It'll bring you more time in your life in general. Delegate. And women have a hard time delegating. Anybody on right now maybe have a hard time delegating? I hear a lot from people that I coach. I would delegate, but nobody will do it like I do it. I would turn this over, but nobody does it right. And so for you to be able to delegate, you gotta, you have a brand, you have a business that you're putting forward. And so you want to be careful about that. I understand that. But you've also got to get to the place where you can't do everything, you can't control everything, And if you try to do it, you're not going to do it all well, right? So get in that mind space and then try to hire people, not even try, go hire people who, instead of being generalists, they have some specific skills. So if you are posting every day, let's give an example on social media, and then it ends up taking like maybe an hour to an hour and a half of your time. And then you're also trying to find funding for your business and grow your business and watch what's happening in terms of, sales. And then like, say you're a coach and you're developing new products and things like that, or whatever you're doing. You could go find somebody else to hire who has a specialty in social media and hire them to do it. They're going to probably do it much faster than you do if they have a specialty. They probably will do it better if it's not your specialty, and you will be able to trust them. Where we go wrong in delegation is we try to hand the task to somebody that maybe doesn't know enough about it. It isn't their specialty either. And we just basically hired the person and maybe didn't even give them training on how to do things. So hiring for specialty, helping people that work for you be involved in personal development, career development, so they can help in a certain way is really, really important. So delegating is important too. And you being able to let that go, to trust the people that are taking it on, is going to be super, super important to your growth. In fact, if you do not learn how to delegate as a CEO, as a person who's solution-based and growing a company, your company is going to get to a certain space and not be able to grow any further. So it's really important that you learn to do that. If you have a hard time with it because you have control issues or you're afraid, a lot of it is fear, or you just have done it all yourself for so long as a solopreneur, and you've got this habit of coming in there and taking over and micromanaging, get a coach, get a mentor, allow me to help you, allow somebody else to help you. You've got to learn how to delegate. If you want to make more money, you want to grow, you've got to do that. The second piece I want to talk to you about tonight, the second piece that'll save you more time and more money and put more time in your business, is learn to make decisions. A lot of time is spent by people who overthink, toss things around, call their friend and check on this, meet with 10 different coaches to see who the right coach is, and then never make a decision and then never get a coach, or look at like 15 different ways of taking money into your business. And there's just like an incredible amount of time that's spent if you don't make decisions. It is wasting a lot of time, and it's wasting a lot of energy and often resources. Those of you that are around me a lot hear me say that money loves speed. And if you're not making decisions, you honestly are losing money. I've lived this myself and learned it the hard way, not making decisions about, what to do in refinancing a business deal that I had, or not making decisions about like who to hire, or, all kinds of things. And later, like very soon later, found out that I had lost not only time, but money. So if you get better at disciplining yourself, and this is a leadership thing, as you grow yourself into, lead yourself into making decisions. And I know you're sitting there thinking, well, what if I make the wrong decision? I don't want to you know what? It's better to make the decision and move forward and live with it for a while. And you can always do something else. You can always pivot. You can always go make another decision. It's much better to do that and to move forward and to stop spending and wasting time and energy and money, and then to not make a decision at all, because that just spins and spins and spins. So make a decision. Best case, I would advise you to tune into your gut, your intuition. Follow your intuition. If you got too many choices and there's things kind of, flying around, 10 different coaches that are all good and you want to hire one of them and you can't make a decision, well, you're probably not going to hire any of them. That's probably what's going to happen. So if just whoever feels in your gut that's the right one, go ahead and move forward. I might lose money if I do that, because it might not work out. There are no losses in the universe. You are not losing. You are always expanding. You're learning no matter what. You're always learning. And it might not be what you thought you were going to learn. Maybe you learn a new lesson on how to, figure out a POS system, or maybe you learn that this, how you want to be coached. If it's a coach you're trying to hire, whatever it is, you are always learning something. There are no losses. So you making a decision is not going to harm anyone. It's the lack of decision that wastes time and money. Okay. So Tanya Miller, the two Tanyas are on with me. Tanya Miller Cross is on with me. Hi. And Tanya Majors is on with me. So that's the second piece so we've said delegate, incredibly important, and hire to expertise so you can trust the person that you're delegating to, and then you won't need to follow behind or be afraid of your brand being hurt. We've also said learn to make decisions quickly and move forward. If you are not doing that, you are really staying in the problem. You are not providing solutions. And like I said, you can always change your course of action from a decision at any time. But the big problem is when you don't make one. All right. So the third thing I want to talk about is automate. All right. So we're hearing so much right now about AI, about technology. As your business grows, if you're still trying to do everything by hand, to go in and make spreadsheets, and you're not like integrating your different processes, whether it's, responding to people in the DMs, that can all be automated. It can be. I still do that myself personally because I like that piece of that touch, but there's a whole bunch. I mean, I don't even think you could say one thing to me right now. If you type in something and ask me a question, could it be automated? The answer is yes. Almost everything in your business can be automated, and that speeds things up, and it's a set it and forget it. Setting out reminders for people to come to your programs, keeping up with who's buying and how much they've bought. That can all be automated. As somebody buys, the amount of money can go into a CRM. I mean, there's so much that you can put into systems that take care of it for you, that it's almost like you could, if you were smart enough to do it, or you hired the person who could do it, you could literally set up your whole business to sort of run itself on AI at this point. I know that's frightening for a lot of people, but there are businesses that are doing that, right? There are businesses, Amazon, they do have people that, pack the packages and do things, but a lot of what's happening on Amazon, that huge company, is automated, taken care of already. It's not somebody walking around doing it. So when you start to have that experience of automation, and by the way, it's so funny because Peter Scott, who is on my team, has just signed on in the VIP room. And I was just about to mention that if you don't know how to automate or bring in AI to your business to help you save time, or even how to evaluate how it could save you time, like where could you put this in? I do have someone on staff, and he just signed on. It's so funny. I just thought his name and he came on. Peter Scott is a person that's on my team that actually can do AI audits for you, and to audit what you're doing already and look at how you could automate things so you save more time. Now, again, I'm not talking to you about, your whole business being taken over. If there's something that you're more comfortable with not automating or not putting into a bot or whatever they call it, like for instance, I looked into the DMs being automated. And for right now, I really like that personal touch. I like to be involved in that right now. And that may be something that changes later in my business, but I made the decision that, no, I don't want to necessarily automate that right now. But there's plenty of other things that are absolutely automated in my business. And Peter definitely helps me remember that. I mean, we even have ChatGPT that will help you write things a lot faster. Often I'll put in a statement to ChatGPT about an email or something like that, and then I write myself on it to make it more of what I want. But that will save you time as well. So the key things that I've talked about tonight before I sign off, and we do have Peter in the VIP room. And by the way, if you are watching tonight and you are in the collective, the Creating the Feminine Economy Collective membership, thank you for being a member, and you are very welcome to come into the VIP Zoom room with me and ask questions, put things in chat to get coached if we have a little bit of time, which tonight we do have a little bit of time, and be more part of this $1 Million Monday conversation if you want to. There's a Zoom link that goes out to the members every single week. It's automated and you can join us, and you're very welcome. I love that you're here tonight, and we are live, of course, on the Facebook group, the Creating the Feminine Economy Facebook group, so you can watch us there and interact there anytime. And all of the members are welcome to watch, of course, on Facebook. Anyway, back to this. What I have said so far tonight, the 3 ways that you can save time in your business that I would like you to evaluate doing this right now. Start this right now. You don't have to wait. The way that you waste more time is waiting. All right. That's probably a 4th thing that we should talk about. But first is to delegate. And many of you will argue for your limitations with me when I talk to you and coach to you about delegating, because you're really afraid that you have a brand and nobody's going to do it your way. Well, there's going to be a limit in how much you can get done if you have that perspective forever, and your business is going to be stalled. It's going to hit a ceiling because there's only so much of you and so much of your time. And if you don't start and you grow and you don't allow other people to take some of the tasks on, you will get burnt out. So you aren't going to be any good to anybody anyway, and yourself. So learning to delegate, and what I'm saying is delegate to people who have specialties. You might need to spend a little bit more money, but it will be so worth it, because they will do, the social media person will post so much faster than you would even, and get it done probably quicker in an hourly rate, or whatever it is. So you can delegate to specialties, and then you don't have to worry so much about it not being done well. All right. Second is really important, and that is to lead yourself to make decisions. The lack of decisions in any business is probably the thing that is harming your business the most. Whether it's time, whether it's money, whether it's sales, whether it's follow-up with people, whatever it is, lack of decision is harming your business. So no matter what the issue is, you could lead yourself to think about, where can I make faster decisions and better decisions here? The lack of decision making is harmful. I've already said, it loses money, loses time. So start making decisions on purpose. And like I said, the argument that always comes back to me is, when I make a decision, what happens if it's wrong? That's why I don't make it. I'm thinking about all my choices. Well, if you make a decision and move forward for a little while, and it becomes evident that that is not the right decision, you can always make another decision. It's okay. You can pivot. All right. The third thing that I brought up tonight before I sign off, and I may ask Peter to say anything if he wants to, and I didn't tell him, I might ask him if he wants to say anything, is to automate and evaluate these technologies, these integrations, all of the beautiful stuff that can help us save time if we'll just think about it. Some of us are resistant to it. Some of us are afraid of it. So whenever you're trying to build a business in anything and you don't know about it, get coaching, get mentors, get people that do know about it, that can listen to what you need or what you want and help you create it. Not the people that are just going to tell you what to do and tell you you're wrong. That's not who you want in your life. That's not this crowd, right? We want to find the person who has the information and can listen to us and help us know what fits for us. So like I said, as Peter was signing on, Peter Scott is a person that can do AI and technology evaluations for your business on behalf of me. I can coach you to any of these things, and so can Peter. So that was sort of my message for tonight. I don't know if you wanted to say anything about automation or anything like that, Peter, while you're on with us. And otherwise, I will entertain questions if anybody has any, and otherwise we're going to sign off for tonight. So Peter.
Hey, Paula.
Hey. I know I didn't talk to you at all about this. I'm kind of putting you on the spot, but you know,
No, that's quite all right. My ears were literally burning and I was like, oh man, I'm late. I didn't sign on. I'm like rushing around, grabbing my headset and my phone. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot it. I moved it on my schedule so it would be there for 7 o'clock. I was like, well, guess what? I put my phone down for some quality time and dinner, and I just didn't go back and pick it up.
No worries.
So there's the
So
blessing and the
funny,
curse.
because literally I was talking about AI and I was thinking about you and you signed on. It was so funny.
Yeah. Yeah, those synchronicities are just amazing.
Amazing.
You know?
So do you want to just tell us, anybody who's tuning in right now or on the replay later, if they are hearing and thinking about, gee, let me evaluate technology and AI for myself, how would they get in touch with you? And you know, what do they need to do to do an AI audit? And what would that look like?
Sure. I'm on my phone, so I don't actually have the link for my calendar
That's
right in
fine.
front of me. But if anybody posts, we can get that link out. If anybody posts into the chat,
I'll put it in. Yeah.
we can definitely get my calendar link out there. I would just highly recommend it. I mean, things are changing so fast.
Yes.
People are talking about AI. It is really only in its infancy. Like I literally attended a webinar just a couple of days ago over the weekend, and they are literally finding ways to pull ChatGPT into chatbots so that your chatbot, they're not calling it a hybrid chatbot, where it no longer has to only respond to your exact script. It can actually pull like ChatGPT and it can offer you suggestions. If you tell it that it's allowed to coach you, you can set up parameters and it will actually coach you. It will help you set a target and a goal, and then set a reminder for you. I mean, there's all kinds of things that are coming out with this chatbot technology. It's just amazing. So, I mean, if you haven't looked at it, like, please just get on ChatGPT and play with it. Technology is nothing to be afraid of. It is not coming to take your job, despite what you might hear. Like, there are just so many ways that you can use it to make yourself faster, more efficient, save time, save yourself the headaches, the things that you hate doing. Like, I can't tell you how many times I heard Paula say, oh my God, I have to do this email and I just can't make myself sit down and do it.
Yeah.
And if she just, remembers that she has ChatGPT now, she can literally get that email done in, about 10 minutes instead of like 30 or 40 minutes fighting herself.
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
So please, start looking at technology and AI and how it can help you, not thinking about replacement. Like, it is here to help you and make you more efficient and save you time.
This brings me to a point that I was going to make, and thank you so much, Peter, and do connect with him. Everybody that's listening, he's phenomenal. He's a phenomenal coach and can coach you through it and gentle you through it and those kind of things. And so it's really such a time saver. That's why I'm spending a little more time on this today. It's such a time saver. You don't even realize it. But one of the things I wanted to bring up that this reminded me of is that when you get good about delegating and you get good about, using the AI and the tools and the automation, that can be all the stuff that you don't really love. That isn't your zone of genius, right? So you stay in your zone of genius, you stay there doing your one thing, and you become even more magnificent. And when you become even more magnificent, that abundance, right? Your abundance codes, which I talk about quite frequently. I even have a program called Abundance Code Activation. And it's all about, if you don't know what your one thing is, if you don't know what your magnificence is, if you don't, if you don't have a sense of that, but you want to, it's kind of calling you. This program starts actually tomorrow at 6 p.m. And you're welcome to come and be part of that. I'll put the link in here as well. But when you start to do this idea of disconnecting that you have to do everything, and you allow yourself permission to be involved only in your zone of genius, and you allow yourself to delegate other things and be in joy, really, like literally enjoy your growth, your scale, your business, you will be so happy and have so much energy and make so much money. So the reasons to argue for, I have to do it all, and I don't know, I'm not good at making decisions, and I don't know about technology, I'm telling you, put those all away. It is wasting your time, and it's taking away from what you have to give to the world. So I'd tell you to come through, if you don't even understand what that, what that looks like for you, and you're good at some things, come through the Abundance Code Activation, and then we'll help you talk through how you can put some of that stuff somewhere else in terms of delegation and automation, and actually really flow into your groove of genius. And from there, you will make millions. All right. So I'm so glad to be with you all today. Let's see. Did you change the Abundance Code Activation to Wednesday? I did not. Did a wrong date come out to you? Oh God. So I will check on that. And it's supposed to start tomorrow. And it is, unless something may have gone out today with a wrong date, but it's supposed to start tomorrow. And Wednesday we actually have a meeting about real estate. And if you want to invest in real estate, so that could be what some people are thinking about, but I'm going to go check on that and check back in. So Abundance Code Activation starts tomorrow night at on the 10th at 6 p.m. And I'll put the link in there. I hope you'll come join us and get your zone of magnificence and build it to millions. We'll help you do that. And then we'll come in behind it and help you take care of everything else, which that's what all of this stuff does behind the scenes. So you don't have to worry about it. All right. Thank you, Peter, for being here. Thank you for your comments. Thank you all for being online with me tonight and all the comments. Yeah, Tanya, you were interested in the Wednesday as well as, and you're coming to Abundance Code Activation. So maybe that was what you were thinking, but there is something Tuesday and there's something Wednesday for you. So, all right. Well, we'll look forward to talking to you guys next week on $1 Million Monday. I'm Paula Boland. I'm a master business mindset coach, and I sit proudly at the intersection of your spirituality, mindset, and strategy as you build your life and your person to millions of dollars. Have a great night, and we'll see you next Monday. And please share the replay, and we'll put the links in there very soon. Thanks, Peter, for jumping on. Talk soon.